I've really been trying to focus on staying in my body instead of being up in my mind. Even as I'm filming this, I just want to tense up my body really tight and get in my head with things. So I'm just trying to relax. I did help that before this I walked for about an hour or so. Walking always helps me feel grounded in my body. And yeah, it's something that within the last year especially, I, my body depletes. It appears that my body depletes really fast when I'm tensed in this tension state. It's like I feel like if we were to have, everybody has a higher self, like my soul would be guiding me to stay in my body and to feel what I feel and not keep escaping into my mind, because I tend to escape into my mind. It's not even that I have trouble staying in my body, it's just sometimes it feels uncomfortable. Another thing that I've been doing to try to embrace all of this uncomfortableness is I've been doing these like deep splits. So I basically like sit down in the split and allow my hips and my hamstrings to open up. And this is like very painful for me, and it's like I want to distract myself by going to walk or going to do weights instead, but it's like I know I need to just be still, stretch it, and feel into it. So that's also helping me to get into my body. And also, oopsie, I can feel like after I do those split squats, my split squats, just splits, after I do those, though, my back cracks in the places where it feels so good to be cracking in. And I just feel that it just like immediately changes my posture. So, you know, I invite you, if you want to be, if you want to accept that invitation, start stretching, especially the hamstrings. We tend to get tight. We don't really use the hamstrings all that much. A lot of people struggle with lower back pain. Most of the nerves, all the nerves, if you trace the nerves from the lower back, they go into the leg muscles. So it's beautiful to engage, think about loosening up your back through working on your legs. Sometimes we are focused on the wrong things, and if we just shift the focus, it'll be all right. It's gonna be all right anyway. So anyway, that's what's been going on here. And the last thing I'll talk about too is sacred depletion. I have heard those words many times. This is a sacred depletion. We become dehydrated when we're in the stress response for a really long time. We deplete minerals at a faster rate when we're stressed, because our body is like, here, fight or flight. But when we're stuck in this state, we lose minerals really fast. We become dehydrated. So that's one thing that I'm focusing on as well to stay in my body, is getting in the essential amino and fatty acids, because that's an important part of what the cell is made of, and if you're not, if you're not feeling at peace and at ease, like the individual cell is also not feeling at peace and at ease. And this is where we need magnesium and potassium, calcium, like all these minerals that we need. So it's so important to make sure that you get plenty of the essential nutrients, stay hydrated. And then, like, we know that the sunlight can structure the water. It structures our water in our body, which is, it allows the cell to function, allows the mitochondria to, bump and run a little bit more faster, because sunlight can just whoosh, go into the cell, as opposed to when we're eating, we usually need the help of insulin, especially if we're eating a lot of carbs. We need the help of insulin to bring energy into the cell, but the sunlight just goes right up on in there, so that's why I love, it's passive eating. Like being in the sunlight, it's like passive eating for the cell, heat, movement, flexibility, fluidity. Anyway, it's getting dark. I love when my screen says more light required, because it just makes me laugh every time I see it. More light required. Always more light required. How many mitochondria could we build? This is how can I increase my light capacity? Speak to your mitochondria, speak to your cells. And that's probably the last thing I'll mention about this is I've just been trying to have a lot of faith in my body, a lot of faith in the strength of my immune system, my ability for my cells to hear, And I am constantly getting stronger each night. My body is resting deeper and deeper. My skin health is improving. I am safe. Everything works out in my favor as it should be. My faith is my health. You know, my daily habits and routine is my health. So anyway, I'm going to leave this here. You can like, share, and subscribe. Of course, always, you're more than welcome to. I hope this is helpful for you in some way. And, yep, that's about it. I wish you the best of luck. I hope you have a beautiful night. We're all going to dream so deeply. So much REM sleep. So much deep sleep. It's done. Anyway, catch you next time.